Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Level check, level check. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer getting ready for the 7:15 weather show and eating some yogurt at the same time. Okay. We'll be with you in less than a minute. All right, it is 7:15. Hi, everybody. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. I'm talking to you from the streaming center at Fox 19 now. You'll see me here in a minute or two. This is our live camera shot from Mount Auburn. The interstate you see there is I-71, which seems to be moving along at a pretty good clip. In addition to that, you can see that the cloud cover is thickened up over the tri-state. Now, it's not low threatening cloud cover. It doesn't have rain in it yet, but we do have some rain in the forecast overnight tonight, and that rain will generally be light. Probably not an issue for the morning commute for most people. Everybody that has to drive that morning commute, and for those of you that do, I just don't know how you do it all the time. But somehow, even a little bit of rain, a couple tenths of rain makes the morning commute just go into a mess. And I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow morning. I'll explain why. Today, so far, the high temperature reached 54 degrees. We'll have to see the latest report of it's in just a minute or two. But that, again, is our camera shot from Mount Auburn. It's still 50 at the International Airport. 1 week ago, we were standing here talking about wind chills that could be below zero, and now we're looking at temperatures right around 50, so a big improvement if you like warmer weather. Low temps this morning. I don't know what's wrong with that. Forget that graphic. It's bad. It wasn't low. The low wasn't 50 this morning. That's for darn sure. High temperatures as of 7 o'clock made it to 54 at CVG. Lunken, 57. 57 in Middletown. Up in Oxford and Hamilton and Batavia and Maysville, 56, 55 in Falmouth. So it's been a great day. Springboro, you also hit 55 degrees. And I'm sure there are a lot of people, especially those of you that have to work outside, that enjoy this weather quite a bit. And look at this. Portsmouth and Ashland made it to 60 degrees. And we'll see how much more weather like this we have coming our way coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So let's go ahead and go forward. Temperatures right now, 50 in Cincinnati, Harrison, 51 in Hamilton, Oxford, Middletown at 50, 51 in Springboro. Lunken and Batavia both at 51, along with Ashland, but look, it's dropped into the 40s at Wilmington and Maysville and Falmouth, also in the Batesville area and Madison. So we are talking, and I don't know what's wrong with Richmond. Richmond, Indiana is like one of the coldest thermometers I've seen around these parts. Always seemingly like way too much colder than it should be. But overall, they're saying 36. All right, the temperature change in the last 24 hours, it is 12 degrees warmer than it was at this time yesterday at CVG, 16 warmer in Portsmouth, anywhere from 9 to 11 warmer, except for Richmond, which is only 2 degrees warmer than it was at this point yesterday. And you can see some of the highlighted high temperatures today. Take a look at this. 59 in Des Moines, look at this. 67 in Lincoln, Nebraska, 63 in Kansas City, 68 in West Plains, Missouri, 59 in Louisville, 66 in St. Louis. And so there are signs of spring trying to start, okay? And that's good news because everybody's pretty much tired of the cold weather. It's been a pretty rough winter around the tri-state. Okay, there's the cloud cover that's moving in. Now, you see the green in there earlier. Well, that was cloud level moisture. I did not see any reports of sprinkles or anything around the tri-state. And if we zoom out here, what you've got is quite a bit of shower activity moving out of Iowa into northern Illinois and heading off to the east-southeast. Okay, if we zoom out a little bit further, we'll pop some weather systems on here and you can see what's happening. There's a high pressure system down to the south, that's down here over the deep south, and the air circulates around a high like this, so that pushes southwesterly winds our way. The low circulates like this, that pushes southwesterly winds our way, but the air is not really coming from the Gulf of Mexico. It's coming from northern Mexico and Texas, and so it's fairly dry. So that even though sometimes when we get southerly or southwesterly flow that supplies a lot of moisture, this is not one of those cases. And so when this little trough, that's this dashed line of low pressure, or this cool front, and they both kind of move our way, they both weaken, they'll have just enough moisture to cause a little bit of shower activity around the tri-state. And we'll look at how much rain and when it's going to fall coming up here in a couple of seconds. So this evening, look for temperatures to drop to 43 by 9 p.m., then down to 41 by 1 a.m. Overnight, we're looking at a low of 36. Notice the winds only at 3 miles an hour out of the south and west, and that means not much in the way of a wind chill. A little bit, but not much. Okay, and so for your morning commute, roads, most areas will have wet roads. A few areas will have new rain falling at the same time, but in most cases the roads will already be trying to dry out by the time most of the cars hit the roads for the trip to work and school. Showers will mainly be east of Cincinnati Metro. I'll show you those in the model run in a minute. Temperatures in the upper 30s with wind chills close to the temperature because the winds will be fairly light. Okay, and then during the day on Tuesday, it's not going to be, you're not going to see blue sky like this background photo, but high temperature of 56 degrees. All right, so starting at 9:30 p.m., this is what we've got. We've got just a little bit of shower activity beginning to show up in the south and west. Okay, there we go. It looks kind of dark. I don't know what it is, but in the south and west. Okay, that shower activity, if we put it into motion, and I'll show it to you full screen here, that shower activity, what is going on with this monitor? These touch monitors, you got to be careful about them. Okay. Give me a second to reset this. Right, and you can look at that shower activity. Well, it didn't do any good. Okay, so there's the shower activity. We put this into motion, and you can see it becomes much more widespread by 1 a.m. Now, most of this is the light green, so most of this is just light shower activity, not really much rainfall. Even though it looks very widespread, it's still scattered showers. And also notice that our southeastern counties aren't getting much as through 1 a.m. Okay, well, we go to 3:30 a.m., the same story. The south and southeastern counties aren't getting much, and we've got some yellow spots here. You know what? I'm going to let you look at that full screen. I'm just going to turn off the monitor and start it all over because I can't figure out the combination of buttons to hit to get it back to full brightness. But you can see the yellow spots there. Now, we're not talking about thunderstorms. We're not talking about flooding rainfall. We're just talking about a brief heavier shower moving into the tri-state, and they move off pretty quickly. So we're not talking about a lot of rainfall, and we're not looking at a flooding situation whatsoever. Don't even have that in mind. Even though the soil is now fairly wet, that rainfall, as it moves off pretty quickly, is not going to be much of an issue. Okay, I think I've got it back here. Boom. And it still looks kind of dark. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so let's go back then and take a look at yeah, this looks like the same. For some reason, it's lost a lot of its brightness. But here are the yellow spots. Now, let's put that back into motion and watch what happens. It all moves off to the north and east, but then begins to sink to the south and east. And so that by the time we get to 5:30 a.m., right here, you've got the back edge of the rainfall, most of it to the east of Interstate 71, and a little bit heavier amounts down to the south and east, but not that much. I mean, when I say heavier amounts, I mean just a little bit of rain for a little while. Okay, put that back into motion, and you can see by 7 a.m., there's still a little bit of shower activity left from southern Owen County, southern Pendleton County, a good portion of Bracken, southern parts of Brown, most of Adams, a little bit of Highland County, and then most of Robertson, Mason, and Lewis counties. And then by the time we get to 11:30 a.m., it's pretty much gone and done deal. Okay, so here's what the HRR model shows, okay? The HRR model shows that we're going to get some spots maybe 0.22 of an inch, but only a few hundredths elsewhere, okay? And that's the entire event. Well, with the way the models are set up now, we can break it down in a little bit more detail. And so this is the rainfall accumulation from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. only, okay? And so you have between 6 and 9 a.m., the rain is all to the south and east of Interstate 71, which is right here. So you've got no rain in Batesville, Connersville, Hamilton, Middletown, Wilmington, Lebanon, Florence, Vevey during the morning commute. And you've got only a few hundredths of an inch, maybe 7 to 8 hundredths of an inch from Hillsborough over to West Union between 6 and 9 a.m. And so not a lot of rain. Most areas north and east of 71 will have no rain, so the roads will be drying out, and there'll be some wet roads around this area, but it doesn't look like enough rain to be a big issue for your morning commute. Okay, the Climate Prediction Center says warmer than normal from the 2nd through the 6th. Warmer than normal from the 4th through the 10th of March in the Fox 19 Now viewing area. And then this was the one done on Friday. Will be updated this coming Friday, so it's fairly new. Near normal temperatures from the 9th through the 22nd of March. Precipitation-wise, it looks like from the 2nd to the 6th, a little bit above normal. From the 4th through the 10th, still a little bit above normal, but a little bit more. And then from the 9th to the 22nd, there's that La Nina target bullseye that we talk about over the tri-state. And so it looks like we have a warmer than normal to near normal beginning of March with precipitation above normal as we head toward the latter part of the month of March. And again, soil moisture is completely recharged. We may have a little bit too much rain when it comes to getting in the farm fields. Okay, your 7-day forecast looks like this. Low temperature tonight, 36, high tomorrow, 57, 36 and 59 on Wednesday with shower activity ending tomorrow morning. Showers coming back Wednesday evening. Showers late in the day on Thursday. Notice another day in the 50s. 50 for the high on Friday and partly cloudy. 51 on Saturday, breezy and partly cloudy. 42 for the high on Sunday and partly cloudy on Monday with a high temperature of 47 and lows oftentimes in the 20s. And so if we look at beyond the 7-day forecast, what you have there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 7 days in the 50s with a chance of showers 6 of those 7 days. And this one goes from the 4th through the 10th of the month of March. Okay, let's go back and look at the 7-day again. And so we had a high in the 50s today. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, so 6 in a row in the 50s. And then, so that's 6 days, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 more, 5 more. So maybe 11 out of 14 days with high temperatures in the 50s, and that kind of breaks the pattern. Let's take a look at what that looks like, 14 days all in one graph. There are the high temperatures, there are the low temperatures. You look at that normal high line, it rises to 51 by the time we get to the 10th of March. Normal lows up to 32, and you can see we're going up and down, above and below normal, but not by much, and so we're kind of averaging out near normal for the next 14 days, and especially as we head into the first week or so of March. And the takeaway from all this forecast, is in the next 14 days, temperatures will be close to normal. We have no Arctic outbreak at all looking like it's coming our way, and really usually by the time we get to the 11th, 12th of March, it's too late for a big Arctic outbreak. No early spring, so no 70s or 80s yet showing up, so don't get those sandals and shorts out, although I saw a couple of guys walking dogs with shorts and T-shirts on today. Very active weather pattern, okay? That means a number of systems of rainfall. We've been talking about a very active weather pattern for a few weeks now. And then the way it looks is that it can't rule out severe storm activity, but it looks like a very small chance of any severe storm activity coming in the next couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks anyway, here in the tri-state. Can't rule it out, but definitely a small chance coming to the tri-state. Okay, so let me go ahead and take a look at Facebook page, see if we got anybody making any comments in that. Oh yeah, Jane Lawson says she can hear us loud and clear. Good. At least I pushed all the buttons right this time, Jane. Hi, and hi to you too. Yeah, Garnet Rothwell says, good evening. What a beautiful day. And looking, let me see, looking. No. Oh, there we go. And looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah, a little bit of rain in the morning tomorrow, but still it'll make it into the 50s. Should be a good day. Okay, Molly Purcell Pollock said, hey, hello, Steve. Hopefully you enjoyed this spring day today. I certainly did. My dogs did too. I mean, they stayed out for like an hour and a half. Usually they go out and come back in, and when it's cold out, they come back in really fast. But today they spent outside. They were laying around in the sun. They just enjoyed it, and it was really nice. And Molly says she's so ready for spring now. You know, isn't that funny? How you think you're not, and then you get one little taste of it, and it's like, yeah, I want more. Okay. All right. Lugene Kendall Bradford, good evening. Enjoyed the day? Yeah, so did I, Lugene. Andrew Riggs from Fairfax says, hello, everybody. Penn Fraser, where is this? Where is what? Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Then Willie Craig answered Cincinnati. Cincinnati, Ohio, home of great chili, if you like chili. So Penn Fraser, I don't know where you are, but we do this every Monday through Friday at 7:15, and on the weekends we have additional shows that are live streaming. And it's because even though we do 13 and a half hours of news a day here at the station, it's WXIX TV, Fox 19 in Cincinnati, we don't always... people aren't always able to see some of those, and so we try and give a more relaxed approach and a more information-filled 20 minutes to a half an hour each evening. Yeah, and everybody that's commenting pretty much says it was a beautiful, beautiful day. Okay, now I'll tell you what. Let me go back here over the forecast. Oh, I didn't put myself on screen. There we go. Let me go back to, let's see. For those of you that may have just joined, I'll go back to the evening forecast and we'll go through it, and then we'll call it a night. Excuse me. Okay, and of course back to full screen. Yeah, I don't know why that darn monitor looks so, something happened. Okay. All right, so here we go. This evening we're going to drop to 43 by the time we get to 9 p.m. and down to 41 by 1 a.m. Overnight, I think what we're going to see here is temperatures dropping to 36 for the morning commute. So by 7 a.m. around 36 with wind chills negligible because the winds will be light at 3 miles an hour. Sun's up at 7:18 here in Cincinnati. And here's that morning commute forecast. Roads will be wet in spots. Remember, mainly east of the metro area. So our rural eastern counties will still have some light rain or drizzle or sprinkles coming down. Most other areas will have, the rain will have ended. Things will be drying out as you head out the door. So the showers east of Cincinnati metro, temperatures upper 30s with wind chills close to the temperature. All right, then for Tuesday, we're looking at temperatures making it up to about 56 degrees. Should be another really nice day in the tri-state. And then here is what the rainfall pattern looks like. Okay, we'll put this into motion, and you see the rain becomes more widespread by 1 a.m., but nothing really heavy. I think the model's overdoing it a little bit here with the yellow, but we'll have a quick downpour or two, and so some spots may pick up to a quarter inch. But overall, this model's tending to be it's being a little bit on the too active side. But by 5:30 a.m., the rain is moving off to the east. By 7 a.m., most of the metro area and everything else dry except for our southeastern rural counties. So from southeast of Hillsborough down through Georgetown, West Union, south of Falmouth, into the southern parts of Grant and Owen counties, the Mount Olivet area, Robertson County, Brooksville and Bracken County, Maysville and Vanceburg and Mason and Lewis County, still getting a little bit of rain, but it moves off to the east very quickly, and then we are done with it. The HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model, we just call it the HRR for short, says that it'll be a few spots up around Batesville, Lawrenceburg, Hamilton, that pick up maybe close to a quarter of an inch. Everybody else is only in the couple hundredths, and that's for the entire event. And I guess what everybody really wants to know is how much of that rain is going to fall while I'm trying to go to work or school in the morning. And so this model says that between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., almost nothing is going to fall to the north and west of Interstate 71. To the south and east of 71, it may be a few hundredths of an inch. So not zero rainfall. Really not enough to be a big problem for the morning commute, but still enough to make the roads wet, and that can lead to a few issues with a little road spray in that. Climate Prediction Center says the Cincinnati area, warmer than normal. And if you're watching from out of town, you're not sure where the Cincinnati area is, it's right here, okay? We call it the tri-state of Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. All right, the Climate Prediction Center says we stay warmer than normal through the 10th, and we are about normal from the 9th through the 22nd of March. And so it's all adding up to what looks like a wet, kind of active start, but near normal start, temperature-wise, to the month of March for us. Okay, just a little bit, is that more than, yeah, a little bit more than normal precipitation is going to be the rule right on through the 22nd of March. And then your 7-day forecast looks like this. 36 and 57 with some morning rain, 36 and 59 with evening showers. So rain ends tomorrow morning. We see rain move back in the form of a few showers Wednesday evening. Thursday, showers late in the day with a high of 51, 50 and partly cloudy on Friday, 51 and partly cloudy and breezy on Saturday. And then we get another shot of somewhat cooler air with high temperatures dropping back into the 40s. So then from the 4th through the 10th of March, we are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7 days in the 50s. The other days a little bit cooler than normal. Low temperatures mainly in the 30s. And 6 of those 7 days, the way it looks right now with that active weather pattern, could have some rain. Now, we're not forecasting rain 6 out of 7 days. We're just saying that it's going to be active enough with enough small systems in the area that we could see a little bit of rain. No big storms, but a little bit of rain each and every one of those days. And again, here is that summary graphic. High temperatures, low temperatures. When you look at the normal lines, we're pretty darn close to normal right on through the next 14 days. So your takeaway from this whole thing is temperatures are going to stay close to normal as we head well into March. I don't see any Arctic outbreaks at this time. We'll have some chilly days, but we're not going to have wind chills near zero again, it looks like. No early spring, and when I say early spring, I mean no 70s or 80s showing up yet as we head toward the middle of March. The weather continues to look very active. What does that mean? Well, that means we're going to have plenty of precipitation, hopefully not that much. Hopefully it'll dry out enough so farmers can easily get into the field when they need to. And then just a small chance of severe storms. Since a very active weather pattern is developing for the month of March, oftentimes that can mean that we'll have some severe weather. But right now it doesn't look like much of a chance of severe weather. That can change, but right now it doesn't look that way. Okay, let me take one more quick look at what's going on Facebook. Terry Lynn Doughton says, any more possibilities of snow? Well, you know, Terry Lynn, we have had snow, and not necessarily accumulating snow, but at least a few flakes as late as like the 22nd of May. And so yeah, I can't rule out some more snow. I can't rule out that there could be a big one. I'm not forecasting one. I don't see anything like that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, but it's still possible. So, you know, we'll always know after it happens is what I say. Ken Huber says, have a good evening. Will we have 2 days of sun in a row? I don't think from the way this looks, we could have a couple days. I think our best chance is coming up. Let's see here. Our best chance is coming up for a couple days in a row of at least partly cloudy skies. Would be, oh darn it, I hit it too fast. Would be Thursday the 6th and Friday the 7th. Okay. Now a lot of this can change because these are long-term forecasts and there are a lot of little things that get into the mix. But right now I'd say it looks like even though we'll have some clouds in there, the best chance is in here if this rain doesn't develop. So that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. Have yourself a nice night. I'm back where you're seeing this tomorrow again at 7:15, and we'll go through it once again. So have yourself a nice night, and thank you for joining me.